Hey, Rob here, and welcome to The Blueprint. Before we get started, I just wanted to say congratulations. By investing in this training, you've taken your first steps to finally getting the results you desire in poker tournaments. Most players sit down, start playing, and hope that Lady Luck is on their side that day. By taking this action, you've already put yourself way ahead of the field, and we're just getting started. This training is going to be different from any other you've taken in poker tournaments. The game is rapidly evolving, and the old ways of learning simply don't work anymore. If you've gone through poker training in the past and not got the results you've wanted, the chances are it's because you're learning old strategies or they're taught in an outdated format. At Max Value, we do things differently. The first thing you'll notice is that this is a compression course, meaning that we've distilled the essential information on each topic into the simplest, most consumable, and easiest to understand format. Why spend 2 hours watching a boring video when you can achieve the same result or better in 15 minutes? Albert Einstein once said, the definition of genius is by taking the complex and making it simple. Now, I won't go as far as calling myself a poker genius, but the co-creator of this course, John Van Fleet, aka Ape Styles, aka the biggest winner in online MTTs ever, is. That's why we spent the last 2 years working with people just like you, understanding what is needed to succeed at poker and turning this into the most concise and effective format possible. Anyone can create a course where each video is an hour or longer and they don't actually teach you very much. And by the end of it, you end up feeling more relieved that it's over and taking something meaningful away from it. With our videos, not only to remove all the bullshit, but we also try to make it entertaining, which means you'll be getting better at poker and not have it feel like you're back in school with Mrs. Smith or Mr. Johnson rambling on about quadratic equations or 15th century poetry. The truth is, you're here right now because there's a gap between where you want to be in poker and where you currently are. The blueprint is all about closing that gap in the shortest amount of time possible and in a way that will actually give you the results at a table. First, let's talk about getting the most out of the blueprint. Our most successful students are those who treat this course as if it's their first poker course they've taken. I want you to wipe the slate clean and look at this course with fresh eyes. You're here right now because previous courses didn't get you to where you want to be. So that means being open to a new approach, following along and implementing everything you learn. In this course, we provided a list of rules to follow that will cover the vast majority of situations you'll encounter. Obviously, almost nothing in poker is 100%, but the truth is, there are countless situations where there are 99%, 95%, 90% the same. Yet most people still get those wrong because they approach each situation randomly rather than having proven frameworks. Once you have those 99%, 95%, 90% situations fully embedded where they become second nature, you can then join our advanced Elevate group and increase your edge even further. That's a story for a different time. Right now, it's our job to install those 5% of concepts that apply to 95% of situations. This is the secret that most people don't tell you about poker tournaments. In 1974, Paul Slovic decided to evaluate the effect of information on decision-making. He gathered 8 professional horse racing gamblers and told them he wanted to see how well they predict the winners of horse races. They were all seasoned professionals who made their living from betting on horses. Slovic told them that it would be each betting on 40 horse races in 4 consecutive rounds. In the first round, each gambler would be given 5 pieces of information they wanted on each horse, which would vary from gambler to gambler. One might want the years of experience of the jockey, another might not care about that but want the fastest speed the horse had achieved in the last year, or the weight of the jockey, or whatever. Finally, he asked each gambler to provide their picks for each race, as well as how confident each was in their predictions. There were 10 horses in each race, so we can expect that by blind chance each horse has a 10% chance of winning. Thus, their confidence should be 10%. So in round 1, the gamblers with their 5 pieces of information were 17% accurate, which is pretty good and 70% more accurate than blind chance. Their confidence was 19%, almost exactly as confident as they should have been. So they were 17% accurate, 90% confident, at pretty much close to perfect calibration. In round 2, they were given 10 pieces of information. In round 3, 20. And in the fourth and final round, each gambler was given 40 pieces of information, which is a hell of a lot more than they started with. Surprisingly though, across all 4 rounds, their accuracy had actually capped out at 17%, which means they were no more accurate with 40 pieces of information than they were with 5. Unfortunately, their confidence in their prediction had nearly doubled to 31%, so the additional information had made them no more accurate but a whole lot more confident, which would have made them increase the size of their bets and lose money as a result. Beyond a certain minimal amount of information, like the fundamentals of poker strategy, more information can often lead to only feeding confirmation bias. Like if you love to play aggressive and 3-bet a lot, you're likely to seek out a player or coach who 3-bets a lot to fan the flame, neglecting their and your abilities elsewhere. We call this course The Blueprint because that's what it is. The concepts inside are the foundation of how you build a winning poker game. So, if you're ready to take the next step in your game, dive right into the content, watch it all the way once through, apply it at the tables, and revisit sections as and when you need to. You have lifetime access to this course, and will not be something you just watch one time. It's your blueprint. You'll be referencing it whenever you get lost or stuck in your game. Success in poker is a process, and you now have the process of one of the best to ever play the game. Trust the process. But enough talking about the man, the myth, the legend that is John Ape Styles Van Fleet. In the next video, we'll meet the man behind your blueprint. I'll see you there.